Training fish farmers. That's the type of thing we want to talk about in today's video. How do you do good training and extension work for farmers? So we're just at the district at the moment and we're handing out feed and there's fingerlings. You can see everywhere there's fingerlings around. This is we're actually the local government offices and they are giving out fingerlings and feed, and RAD is the one supplying those fingerlings. And what I wanted to talk about was just how do we do good training. So let me just talk through how we've done it and how often. So you can see here the process of what's happening. Dan's here with his laptop checking off who's getting the feeds, which are on the bag at the back there. Fingerlings are being distributed to the farmers. And we had a room full of farmers here, and then the local heads of production and the council sat and addressed the farmers, told them about what to do. They had the extension officers, Pauson and Alan over there. I can't see the other guy. Anyway, so they had a number of staff taking questions. They were explaining about how to feed, how to stock, just various things like that. And then the audience here, the fish farmers, would have asked a number of questions when they tried to do it. So this is one traditional method of teaching farmers. I think it's not bad. It's good to get people together, to encourage each other. There's a lot of networking that can happen. And then also sort of answering questions and answers isn't bad. But the other thing that's very useful, as Pauson takes these ones, is where you actually do some training on the ground. And I'm a big believer in that. I think especially with something so practical like fish farming, you need that hands-on experience to show, how do you feed, getting pellets in your hands. We talked about black soldier fly, so having black soldier fly here so people can see them, see what they look like. That actually is a really important part of training. It can't just be classroom based. Question and answer sessions are great. Of course, they help people to get what they're doing. This is Pamela. She's just getting into a taxi. See you, Pamela. See you Saturday. So she's taking some fingerlings and some feed. She's a new farmer. But we're doing a workshop on Saturday. And I hope we'll do some of this type of stuff. So we'll have people talking collaboratively, asking questions, taking answers, that sort of thing. But then we'll also do some practical on-pond demonstration, because actually that's really where you learn, is when you start doing fish farming, because it's a very practical industry. It's not just sat in your office, doing questions. You need to learn how to do things. So I think it's just important to bear in mind when you are training and doing extension officer with farmers, as Dale's, who's picking up some. He's a long-time customer of RAD, bought fingerlings, has emptied out his pond, is now restocking, which is great. He's got some feed as well. But people like Dale have learned a lot because they've come to our farm. So Magara there, Sikampurila, they know each other. So that's where most of the training happens, is on farm, when you start to seine your fish, when you feed them. And it's very important when you do any workshops that you do that. So we have a way of trying to mix theory and practice. And I hope that you'll see this in the workshop that's coming up. I'll show you some of the footage of that, just so you can sort of compare and contrast. I mean, I like this. I like the networking that's happening, people talking to each other. Obviously, everyone's very excited about getting free inputs, which is good. This gentleman is taking photos of his fish. He'll be excited. So that's great. But there comes a point where you need to get on the farm. And I think a lot of workshops, unfortunately, suffer from a lot of talk and not enough action. So you want to blend both theory and practice. And over the years, I think we've learned the importance of that. So if you're coming to a workshop, in fact, I know people here that won't go to workshops anymore because they see them as a waste of time. And they're like, why would I give up a day just to sit in an office and talk? I want to get on the ground. So, not every workshop is created equal. And I think if you're going to a workshop, or you're part of one, or you're running one, do consider putting some practice in, because that's actually really important for people to learn how to do good fish farming, because it's a practical industry after all. So right, I'm going to sign off now. Thank you very much for watching this. I hope you've enjoyed the process. There's definitely a buzz. It's exciting to see people start their fish farm journey. Pamela, who just left in the car, that's her first time. Dale, who's a long time fish farmer, he keeps coming back, which is great. There's Alan distributing some feed to a farmer. So there's a great deal of satisfaction in that. So yeah, very pleased that we can be here, and we'll see you in the next video.